Hi, namaste, and welcome to Breakout with me, Abha. Thank you so much for watching. As you know, Breakout is committed to bring to you exceptional game changers, thought transformers, movers and shakers, business mavericks, and people who have been there and done that. And guess what? They have agreed to share their 2 pence with us so that we can break out of what we are finding limiting in our life and break into something that we find absolutely necessary. They're going to help us because from them we've learned that there is only one rule to life, and that is that there are no rules to life. We just make them up all on the way because everything is figure outable. My guest today is yet another exceptional woman. She is a very unique personality. You can see her on the side. She's a very unique personality from the Indian community, born and brought up in Singapore, and she has been pioneering global initiatives across the world and especially in the Asia Pacific region. Admired for her courage, her tenacity, her resilience, she attributes her strengths to the Chinese education that she's got while living in Singapore from the age of 6 years. Now she's actually a wonderful mix of this Singapore Indian Muslim with Chinese education, living in Singapore. So she's great, and she is seriously unique. You got to talk to her. She has that DNA in her. Often featured and interviewed and called for panel discussions on women's empowerment, parenting, entrepreneurship, everywhere in Singapore, Malaysia, Indian media, press, media, radio, TV. She's just everywhere. Now, and that's why we got her here, because we wanted everybody on Breakout also to meet her and see who she is. She's a housewife turned COO of Shine Companies, which is one of the most prominent training companies in Singapore, and that is on a financial roadmap for listing at the market cap of 100 million Singapore dollars. A professional communicator, a relationship expert. She has more than 22 years of experience in partnering with global people, and she's worked in banking, travel, education, media, health, wellness, non-profit, government organizations, you name it, and she's been there. Please welcome Azeeza Jalaludeen. Azeeza, how are you?
I am so good. Namaskar, salam.
Namaskar. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Thank you so much for having me on the call, Abha. It's wonderful.
I'm grateful for your time because I think I've been wanting to speak with you because you are everywhere, and I wonder how you do it. And I wanted to know what's up with you. What do you eat? What do you drink? What kind of multivitamins and what kind of exercises do you do? We all need to learn something from you. So tell me, you are a housewife. You were a housewife. You still are in some ways. You still are.
I
And
still cook. I still do a lot of stuff.
I know. So I just want you to go over that. Tell us where it all started. What were you up to when you started with all this, and why? How this leap from being a housewife to COO of Shine Companies happened?
Yes. I always share on my stage, whenever I'm sharing with people, I say that I was a full-time drama serial housewife. Do
Okay.
you know the lifestyle of a drama serial
Tell us.
housewife?
Tell us.
Yes. I wake up 5 o'clock in the morning to cook the food, for the day, and then I will prepare the house for the children to wake up. And once they're up, I wash them, I feed them their breakfast, play with them, and then give them lunch, and then put them for their nap, and then I watch my.
TV serial.
That's
Wow.
right,
I
my
think
drama serial.
that's Cinetron, right? Cinetron.
So then after that, I will have my lunch while watching my drama serial,
Right.
and then wait for the children to wake up, and then after the nap, play with them and have some time, have dinner with them, and then put them for their bedtime story up with their bedtime stories, and then I will watch my.
TV serial, the Cinetron. Yes, I like it. I like it. You got a great routine there, so I know where it is coming from.
Yes, I know. So that was my life till I attended the program called Money and You from the Accelerator Business School.
Okay.
And in that program, and it was a series of events that led me to the program, to get me to understand that I am more than who I am. And being Chinese educated, yes, I had a corporate life in banking sector and in working with an American company on tourism. I actually realized that being a housewife kind of limited the way that I'm being as a human being, and that I'm not completely maximized. I knew that my children are growing, and they're going to be out there having their life, and what about me? And what is the purpose that I'm in the world? And that program really nailed on me the fact that, it really woke me up to the fact that I'm more than who I am, and I have a purpose to live, and how I can move forward in life.
Right.
And with that in mind, a couple of years down the road, I also, had a lot of breakdown in my marriage, in my health issues. I had huge health issues that I was bedridden for almost 6 months. And then following that, of course, a lot of financial ups and downs. And in my second marriage with my dearest husband, now he is the person who has shown me the bigger purpose that I'm in for. Like, if money and you opened my eyes, he
Right.
opened my heart, my mind to this amazing world, and the vision that I live and the mission that I'm on is
Right.
very much with his support and his guidance and his blessings.
That is fantastic. I think having a supportive partner, somebody who understands you or who can show you the
Yeah,
light in you is very, very, it's like being blessed.
that's
So
right.
I really do believe that. And also I have immense respect for housewives because I think they do tremendous work,
Absolutely.
and without being paid for it, without being acknowledged for it. So I also believe they still have a lot of potential despite being housewives. And in case they want to stay housewives too, they can still do a lot more because
Yeah.
the training that you get as a housewife over here to sort of put together everything and look after stuff is beyond even of what a business school can teach you about teamwork.
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, a lot of my skills right now, I reflect back on what I was good at,
Right.
how I work my life, certain things I was so good at. I'm actually looking at, okay, I'm not so good at it right now. Let me see where it's not working. And then to
Right.
correct myself, I always reflect back on that.
Right, right.
Yes.
So, what kind of, so you started off from this place where a lot of women would not even imagine doing what you're doing today. What were the barriers that you faced? Let's sort of check on those and see there were regular barriers, there was something bigger than a barrier, and how did you cross those?
Well, when you say barriers, they all for me right now, those at the beginning, it's like everything is outside, this went wrong and this person is not right, that person is doing injustice. I'm such a victim, I have been put through all this, that stories,
Right,
that was part of what I was going through at the early stage
right,
as anyone else. But when I started looking within, and I noticed that every barrier starts up here,
right,
and the first barrier, and there's always levels to it. Right now I'm still overcoming barriers.
right,
It's always the story up here that kind of hinders the way that I do my stuff.
right,
One of the biggest challenge that came about was my breakdown in relationships. I had to go through a first failed marriage, which was a huge challenge for me, because when my marriage broke down, and my whole family divorced me.
right,
Coming from an Indian Muslim family, it's a very sensitive thing, and I was literally left with like just myself, and even without my children being with me. So it was a huge breakdown for me, and that led to me having breakdown in my health. And it took me about 2 years plus, almost 3 years, to bring myself up. And
right,
that was the time I really went inside me and to really look at what was not working for me as a human being, and why I'm put on this world, in terms of like, what else I need to work on
right,
to move forward. So the barriers is purely, when you sum it up, it's all up here, and it's
right.
constantly, being added to improve myself.
Right. So through this whole process that you're talking about, you obviously have to draw on your inner strength. You have to sort of get to know yourself. You have to pick yourself up, and you have to say, okay, listen, I can still do it. So what were your strengths, your personal strengths that you figured through this period that you can now share with others, so that people can go and look back into their strengths probably somewhere that they are missing out on those. So
That's
tell us
right.
about that.
So I am someone who love building relationships, and
Right.
that's what is my strength. I recognize, I found that I was more of a very people person. All my life I have been in the service industry,
Right.
And as you said, I'm born in Singapore. My parents come from Kanyakumari, Nagarkoil.
Right.
So that's where I pick up my Tamil, speaking Tamil at home. But interestingly, it is, when even though I've been to India like 4 times, seen my relatives probably 4 times, but we're so connected. So
Right.
I recognize that my relationship building ability is really there, and I am able to connect with people at a deeper level. And that I think one thing that I would, I really found out the two words, love and respect.
Right.
Love and respect and love and compassion for who? For myself first. I recognize that strength in me to take care of myself,
Right.
putting love and self for myself first becomes a very important element for me to move
Right.
forward in life.
Right. So now what you're doing, you're sort of bringing this entire community from all across the world, and you are building this community. You specialize in global entrepreneurial education and global bridging programs.
That's right.
Tell us, and you have a mission of uplifting humanity's consciousness through business for global prosperity.
That's
So
right.
this is part of that money and you thing, but I'd like you to sort of elaborate on it from your perspective as to how you see it, because now you're working in Asia and
Yes.
you are also working on uplifting the Asian community, business community. So give us an overview of what exactly is going on, how
Okay.
people can connect with you, how can they help you, and how can you help them?
Yeah, so when you see, just now I started off by saying love and compassion.
Right.
And in entrepreneurship right now, as much as we speak about, all this competition and everything in place,
That's true.
which is everyone's, is top of their mind, there is a lot of space for collaboration and complementing.
There is.
And if you notice in Asia, it's a huge missing link or a lot of gap among Asians. And we are always playing game, very small game among
Right.
ourselves. We see
Right.
Indians within Indians. Malays, Malaysian, Indian, in any Asian community is always within themselves. And probably the most uh, out there are the Chinese. They go all around the world. They're so good at it, and that's why I love to learn. And being born with the Chinese
Right.
in a Chinese environment really helped me. So we have recognized in Shine the missing gaps in Asian community, and what is it that we need to put out there to
Right.
uplift ourselves so that we can be on a playing field, a global playing field. And Shine brings the missing links. You can ask me what other, I mean, it's like so many. So
Right.
it's for us to identify that, and every entrepreneur that comes to Asia or comes into Singapore, we help them. So what we do is we identify Asian entrepreneurs, we bring them to Singapore, we nurture them, we mentor them, and bring them to global market.
Right.
So this is something that Shine is very much dedicated to. So when we say uplifting humanity consciousness, Asians uplifting Asians' consciousness. That means
Right.
the way we think, the way we do, especially through business.
Right.
Because we believe, as you said, Accelerated Business School holds this mission, and being students of the school and an ardent work, we are an ardent fan, and we have our own programs too,
Right.
which complements and follows through with what they offer as a global community. So
Right.
we are plugging in Asians into this global community, number one. Number two is how do we bring Asians to a whole new level of consciousness about human dignity, about bringing ourselves to that professional self.
Right.
All of us are learning, and there's so much of, when I went to Silicon Valley last week, that was my second trip to US.
Right.
It just inspires me every time I see everything there. The first time when I went to San Diego, when I saw the traffic light with the noise on it, stop, I was like, whoa, who's that? So it's like everything they have, and the 5-star hotel or 4-star hotel with a DIY breakfast.
Right.
Amazing, amazing. Such amazing stuff is available from the West that we can adapt and use. And Asians, we still have a huge space to grow, and that's what Shine is dedicated to.
Right.
See Asians come up to that space of humans, the highest human self.
Right. So you talked about your Silicon Valley visit, and I think something came up over there. A new innovation since your Silicon Valley trip is the virtual accelerator.com, right? So
That's right.
there's something that you're starting called the virtual accelerator.com. It is the first of its kind ecosystem in Asia for SMEs to gain access to global mentors, investors, connections, resources, business networks, and platforms technologies. This is a virtual incubator.
That's
Tell
right.
us more
You're
about
right.
that. This is interesting.
When we went to Silicon Valley, one of the thing, and that would be a follow up with what I'm saying right now, an extension to it is
Right.
technologies. Business can't do anything without technologies anymore. If you my partner always says there is no traditional business, there is only traditional mindsets.
Mindset. Right.
So right now we are bringing and we are really advocating the power of technology in business. And we have our grandfather of the universe, our mentor, the late Buckminster Fuller. He always talks about technologies as a breakthrough. He said
Right.
in the 1930s, every technology has a possibility of supporting 10,000 people.
Right.
So right now, do you think it's 10,000 or more?
A
We're talking
lot. Yeah. Yeah.
that. So you can see all these technologies coming up. It's innovation of business and everything. So when we went to Silicon Valley, we wanted to get technologies, get ideas of breakthrough technologies
Right.
that can add value to Asia. We
Right.
wanted to connect with mentors and investors, and we went to Plug and Play and looked at the incubation center and what was working and what was not working. And we recognized that Shine, and in fact, one of our partners who came, she was looking at the ecosystem, the ecosystem platform, and she said, hey, most of the work that Plug and Play is doing is something that Shine is providing from Asia.
Right.
It's something that you need to look at seriously and do some and get serious about some technology around it.
Right.
So that's when it sparked on us, and we did want to have an online presence, but this time it's not a normal online presence. The virtualaccelerator.com is being put together. It's going to be launched in April.
Right.
It's a powerful ecosystem that has got the one-stop solution for anyone who wants to accelerate their business, to create excellence in their life, and also take their whole. We're not talking about business for the sake of money, but business for the sake of humanity.
Right.
So
Right.
at a whole new level, creating prosperity for everyone.
For everybody, right. So Shine is based in Singapore, and it's a pioneer and trendsetter in Asia for the international professional speaking and training industry.
That's right.
And you have a global team of world-class leaders, mentors from the industry, many self-development gurus and gurus of gurus.
Yes.
Tell us about some of them and who all are there. I mean,
One of my mentors.
yeah, so we'd love to know who all are there.
That's
So that people can come to Shine and learn from you people.
Absolutely. So if you notice, just now I'm talking about all these SMEs. So
Right.
that's like at the grassroots level.
Right.
In order for them to get empowered, we need a powerful team of mentors and
Right.
global leaders who can shift them. So if you notice in Shine, our tagline is creating, or the work that we do is creating conscious global leaders.
Right.
So these, and not just creating, also nurturing a community of conscious global leaders.
Right.
So we are looking at what we have put together, this amazing team of mentors, and they are growing day by day.
Right.
And you are definitely on board with us on that, because that's the platform that we have. We have amazing teachers and mentors like our Accelerated Business School CEO, DMDC Cordova. She's one of our dearest mentors who's guiding us for the work that we do in Asia, for the world. And many others who have their expertise from Australia. We have one of the leading trainers for breathworks, John Stamoulis.
Right.
And if I list down, you won't have time, but we will give you the whole list on our website,
Right.
which will be up real soon. And meanwhile, you can go to our Google our names. You get to see the videos that we do.
Right.
We have BNI directors, master franchisee holders in this part of the world who have joined hands. We're looking at platforms of conscious business people.
Right.
Already with their organization. Shine is a platform for everyone to play with.
Right. Right.
And
Wonderful. So,
these are the ones that we want to work with, and there's no scarcity around it, because knowledge is so much, and the fact that information is available online,
right.
it's free. Like, we're making it available for the world to see.
Right.
So how we're going to move forward with mentors is giving people experience, which is very important. So all our programs, anything that Shine does, most of it doesn't use PowerPoint. All our work with entrepreneurs or through our mentors are very seldom with PowerPoints. They are all whole brain experiential learnings. And that's what our mentors are out there creating: experiences that shift entrepreneurs and people into a whole new level of consciousness.
Thinking, right. I think we are living in the age of knowledge capital and intellectual capital. So what you people are doing is clearly sort of adding to that, and
Yes.
which is great because this whole entrepreneurial dynamic that has come in the last 10 years will probably change the shift the way society is going to work from here on. So
So
great work there.
looking at high tech because everybody is so caught up with the online mode,
Right.
right? Yeah,
Right.
it's wonderful. You can see me, I can see you. You know, we are connected in such powerful ways.
Right.
When we meet in person,
We will be jumping.
that's right. So that's what Shine is creating too. We
Right.
are creating a lot of offline platforms. We
Right.
have amazing presence all over Asia and around the world.
Right.
Where tying up with all these powerful people from the Accelerator Business School, BNI, our ABCI in Singapore, and many other chambers,
Right.
and
Right.
organizations. So we are creating a lot of high tech and high touch.
High tech and high touch. Superb. So this is Shine based out of Singapore, and we're talking to Azeeza Jalaludeen. This is high tech and high touch. This is they're leading the business, the speaking and training industry in Asia with Shine, and they are the authorized ambassadors of Money and You program in India for entrepreneurs and business leaders. They've done some exceptional programs over there. I personally know what they're doing over there, and it's very effective, very powerful, and I look forward to attend one of them myself. I haven't done that so far,
Yeah,
so
of
I'll do
course.
that. Tell me, Aziza, you are mentor makers. You create and nurture a community which is of conscious global leaders. How is mentoring mentors done? You create
Oh.
mentors and then you mentor mentors and mentors. How does it work? This is like a mentor game going on. What's going on?
So, as you said, it's all inclusive, right? So,
Right.
right now, if you see in India, we have all this thing about. I'm specifically pointing out to India because this hype around VCs and startup communities and mentors is coming up.
Right.
So, we are seeing how we can guide people moving forward, and
Right.
everyone has a mentor in us. We respect everybody for the kind of knowledge and know-how they have. Many a time, they do not know how to maximize it.
Right.
And as we say in Money and You in our mastery segment, that we must be open and receptive
Right.
to learning and growing. That is a power of mastery.
Right.
So we want to nurture that for mentors. So when we bring mentors together, yes, we have a lot of challenge of mentors not being open and receptive.
Right.
When that happens, that's where we create a roadmap, we create clarity and how far people want to go with us. So one of the challenge that we have faced is very much of people being open and receptive. It takes a while for people to see that we are not their competitors, because most of the time, if you look at trainers or consultants, they are one
Oh.
man show. They work alone, so they're so afraid of
I've had my share of competition, so I know what you're talking about. Because I work all across the world now,
that's
and
right.
it's crazy. Sometimes I feel because we are the business that we are in is supposed to be supporting each other. Of
That's right.
course, there will be a certain level of somebody gets it, somebody doesn't get it, and somebody is better and somebody is worse. Not worse, but somebody is not as good as somebody else. However, I still feel we are in the support business. We
That's
are
right.
not in the so-called competitive business, but yes, it can be very
There's
very.
no way anyone can replace Abba.
I understand. I believe. I
And
believe.
that's exactly where everyone,
That's what I tell everybody because you are your own person. You are your own, not just a brand, but you are your own knowledge.
that's right.
Nobody can replace you. What you can offer as a teacher or as a mentor or as a leader cannot be replaced by what somebody else is giving. And there's so much out there. It's
Exactly.
it's you cannot compare it, and because we compare and compete so poorly. Uh, that sometimes I feel, oh my God, we are wasting our knowledge, we are wasting ourselves by
That's right.
competing in the business fashion because this is a different kind of business. So I completely believe that Aziza cannot be duplicated, Abha cannot be duplicated, XYZ can never be duplicated, and that's what we need to open ourselves up to.
So
That
we have
there are so many of us.
there's four things that Dr. Nambiar, my husband, and
Right,
our founder of Shine talks about. And very quickly, I think when I say these words, you will love them.
right,
These four words, and they are not only for entrepreneurs or mentors, or it's for all businesses
right,
right now in
right,
the 21st century. Collaborate,
right,
complement, outsource, resource. If we are not able to do these four elements in our business, we are not able to leverage. We'll be working too hard,
Right.
and we'll be wasting a lot of resources.
Right.
So this core thing is something that we implement and support entrepreneurs and mentors, especially trainers and consultants and business leaders implement as well. When our online platform is launched, even right now, just like you do, I do a lot of online Google Hangout interviews,
Right.
and if people Google our name, they get to see from our channel as well. We notice that people need to know these beautiful people, especially in Asia. There's so much of talent, but we are still being underplaying ourselves. So this is where I think a lot of shift can happen.
Very, very interesting, and I really do wish that super success to you on that one, because we are all part of this region, and we are all doing our bit to make sure. Sorry.
We have a lot of work to do
Oh, we
together.
have a lot of work to do together, and I think we must contribute in the best way possible, and give our bit to whatever we are doing. So when you're working with mentors and leaders, this is actually creating leaders as well. What kind of challenges do you face with leaders?
Yeah, so just now I mentioned about being open and receptive
Right.
is one of the biggest challenge.
Right.
And other than that, I feel like, because maybe I have understood leaders really very well and able to connect, I don't really look at the challenges right now.
Right.
And normally it's like finding out what is they require. It's always going out there and reaching out to them to find out what they require.
Right.
And nowadays people have come to understand that it's collaboration is the way to go.
Right.
It's sometimes the resistance that step in.
Right.
So we use many of our programs and our alignment sessions to find out their needs and move them forward as well. So one of the challenge I think leaders, if at all, would support them would be alignment.
Right.
Alignment of what they really want in their life.
Right.
So that's what I feel would support many leaders to seek personal alignment, because people think it's all about team alignment, but when we are not personally aligned, it's so difficult to align with anyone.
I think self-awareness is the key here, where people need to align to their key purpose and their why before they can align with somebody else's why, and that's where the whole team can go for a 6 if people are not aligned with themselves in the real sense. So that's great. So Azeeza, thank you very much. I think I wish you good luck with Shine, and you're doing fantastic work over here. And sorry.
We have just begun.
No problem. I think you're running on a very, very good. This is running on great steam, great idea, great effort, very powerful intent over here. Whatever you've done since you started is also, I think, good enough for everybody to see that they should reach out to you and to probably learn, understand, get mentored, get into collaborations, get into partnerships, understand how it works over here. So you are there to sort of facilitate the whole thing for them, and you're supporting people in a very good way over here. So I'm very grateful for that, and wish you very, very good luck with Shine, and I do hope to meet you soon.
That's right. See you soon.
So we are going to meet each other soon, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, thank you so much, Abha, for your time, and also for this opportunity to be sharing with you as well.
Oh, we are going to be sharing a lot of stuff from here on, and I'm pretty much here with you. So if at any point I can be of any help, please do ask. Just straight away, give me a call.
Thank you so much, and we so look forward to supporting your platform as well.
Thank you so much.
Have you on one of my Google Hangouts?
Oh, please, let's do that. Let's do that soon.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.